I've returned. Dude, that dog has like glowing green eyes. Look at him. It's like, whoa. Are you? He's doing his thing. Still can't find it. Okay. Don't worry, this dog will help me out, I'm sure. The Cephala Lake Cave. Okay. Is there going to be more, That's a lizard I couldn't get in time. More mining to do in here. Luminous stones. There's a lot of chests in here. This one, boy?
When the glow of the blood-stained moon shines upon the land.
This one. I'll just pull them all out. Fuck it. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. What are you doing over there, dog? Listen, why wouldn't I? You know? Why wouldn't I get every single chest? I'm the hero, goddammit. You're already open? Okay. It's soft green glow, but it's a smile on your face. Oh. The soft green glows of the rupees. Oh. Though I have a feeling that maybe with this many rupees, there's not going to be a smile on my face after I get all of them. If the Wind Waker Link couldn't use the Master because there was no Hero of Time, how do you become the Hero of Time? I don't know. Didn't he like find all the Triforce pieces? The chests are probably worth more than what's in them. Ember trousers! Oh!
Huh?
What'd you do? Oh, did they want it? No way! There are a million chests in here. How'd you do that? Well, I opened them all. That's what I did. We're finders keepers. I'm trying to take it from you. No matter how cool it is. So jealous. Any of the treasure left in there? Not for myself. Out of the way. Treasure. You in there? Aha! Oh, darn. It's just a regular little bottle.
Oh.
I don't think I found anything else in here. All right, let's go search for another cave. Okay. You got it, Dak. This is clearly something. To you who have found my treasure, those ember trousers are but one piece of a grand collection. I have hidden an assortment of equipment across Hyrule, notable pieces obtained in the strange lands near and far. You've done well to find this one, and I would roll you another. The Fierce Deity Sword, oh my god. Don the form of the Fierce Deity and return to this place. There are 3 keys. One beneath the bedchamber of Akala's red-crowned citadel. One in the skull's left eye. One in an old stump in Hyrule Field. Good luck. The Great Mandate Misko. Okay. Return here with the fierce deity set. Okay. Will do. Listen, money's hard to come by in this game, okay? I'm getting them all. Don't worry, Matthew. I'm also not fully in the way through the game either. But if you want to... I'm not doing any story quests. If you want to peace out, I understand. The dev is spending an hour picking up pennies out of the water fountain. What's actually really funny is that, like, when I was really poor, I would walk around the neighborhood and collect all the empty beer cans from everyone. Because you could trade those in for money. Also, is there a bubble frog in here? I haven't seen one. How much money would you make with beer cans? Low amounts. Less than minimum wage for that much work. But I was poor. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Every single time you talk, I become more and more convinced we live in the same town. What town do you live in? Is that it? I think that's it. Alright. So I got 3 hints. And I'm pretty sure I know where the big skull is. Or sorry, the big stump is. So I'll go do that. That's pretty easy. Hey there, you nerds. What now? Where is the old manuscripts referring to? Let's see.
Oh.
Way to go, you're a genius.
Huh? Huh.
Okay.
Ah.
I did it again. Oh no. Tell me. Okay, no, fuck you.
Ah.
Okay, dog. Sure. So one of them is right here. Yeah, here's the stump. Ancient tree stump, Mount Daphne's. We're going. There was a homeless guy in Portland who got a case of water from one of those government centers that give out water to poor people. He would dump the water bottles and turn them in for cash for drug money. Fuck. Ridiculous, dude. Yeah, there's a concept in economics called the fungibility of money. And the idea is that, like, let's say I don't want you to spend, like, government grant money on drugs, right? Or whatever, right? Like, let's say that you're poor, you're going to get government assistance, you're going to get, like, $100 a week or something from the government, or whatever it happens to be, and I don't want you spending it on drugs, right? So I give it to you in food stamps, so you can only have $100 of food stamps. Okay, fair enough. Then what ends up happening after that... Where's the stump? It's over here. Then what ends up happening after that is that the, basically, you might take that money for food stamps, spend it on food stamps, sorry, spend it on food, and then use the money that you would have used on food for drugs, right? So, like, as long as you get... There's like a strange paradox here that, like, you want to help people who are in need, but as long as you give any help to somebody who's suffering from drug addiction, there's always going to be a chance that even if you just give them, like, a sandwich, you're helping fuel their drug addiction, because any money that they would have used to buy the sandwich, they can now use on drugs. So, there's a black pilling aspect to the whole thing. big stump is cooler in this game. Well, isn't that because... Why would you want the food stamps to be used in food and not clumps of sugar and the career merchants are paying you? Well, it's not just... Yeah, the general idea is that you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped, yes. The solution to the problem is indentured servitude and payment in kind, but we decided for good reasons that we shouldn't do that anymore. Yeah, because that also has its own problems, right? Like, oh. We're just going to fly in a square altogether and then disappear? Okay. Like, here's the problem, right? Like, imagine if you say, you know what? We're not going to... Oh. Yeah. I'm going to help put them down, Jesus Christ. No, like, imagine... Imagine, like, you say to someone, okay, in order to get government benefits, you gotta go, like, report to a government work center, and we'll make you do work. You know, we'll make you, like, patch potholes or do some kind of menial labor, and then you can have your government benefits. So that at the very least, the government's getting something for its money, rather than just, like, keeping people alive for no reason. There's at least some productivity being gained there, even though it's shit. The issue ultimately is that you have like a freedom question, right? And the freedom question is, well, should the government be compelling people to work? The answer is obviously no. Then the other question is like, well, like should you bind up benefits into should you bind benefits up in with labor? And then the question is, well, I mean, it seems like because you have people who just like mooch off the system and they just keep taking money and not ever finding a job. So like they're just there's like a money pit. Like, what do you do with them? It seems like you can't really do anything with them. But then like the question is, okay, well, let's say we make you work to get that. Well, then you reach a point where basically, like, let's say someone actually did want to get their life in order, right? And so they're using these benefits in the proper way. They're like, listen, I've hit a rough patch, unemployment, I got injured, whatever. I'm gonna get on these government benefits, but I intend to find another job, and they actually intend to. But then what ends up happening is they don't find the other job because they're spending all their time trying to work to make their government benefits. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, what do you do in that case? It's like, well, now I have to work 40 hours a week at a government job that I hate, rather than, you know, spend time looking for the job that I actually want to get, just to have enough money to live. And so you reach a point where, like, people might be, like, having to do, like, a lot more labor than they would have to pull themselves out of a hole, if they actually want to pull themselves out of the hole. Because now they have to, like, do all of the work of trying to find a job, which sometimes is its own 40-hour-a-week job, if you think about it. Like, if you're going around trying to find, like, a decent job, it takes time. It takes labor. But then you also have to go and, like, report to the government work center to get your benefits just to survive while you're trying to find the other job. But, like, it seems like there'd be a lot of problems there. Now, these might be problems that we could work out. But there do seem to be problems there for sure. Open up. I probably should put something on this, So maybe you could, like, set it up such that, okay, rather than having to work 40 hours a week to get your government benefits, you only have to work 20 hours a week to get them. And then you can devote the other, you know, however much time you have to try to have, like, necessary rest and family time, and then also trying to find a job. You could do that, okay. But if you do that, now suddenly you have government benefits coming in. And you only have to work 20 hours a week to get them. And there reaches a point where it becomes actually a better deal. Like, that's a pretty good job. Like, if you're working 20 hours a week and you're making, like, decent government benefits, now you're actually making better money than, like, a minimum wage job. So, like, this is a problem. There's, like, a lot of different levers you can pull to try and solve this problem. And I'm not necessarily convinced that any solution is better than our current solution of just, like, some sort of assistance with no strings attached for people who are legitimately looking for work, but eventually does run out if they don't find it. Like, if you're on, you know, if you're on government assistance for like 5 years looking for a job, eventually it has to run out. You have to be like, no, listen, that's too much. You've been here too long. You've been doing this for too long. Like, you're clearly just milking the system. You don't get any more. But a leeway for people who are actually trying seems reasonable. Can you climb up this, please? What are you doing, Alec? Oh, it floats. Nice. Yeah, exactly. At that point, you're just a government employee, right? So there is issues with all these solutions that I haven't completely thought through yet. I don't quite know where the... Spend my job, we spent unemployment playing Final Fantasy 14 to run out of money. Yeah. Like, the point of unemployment should be to help you, like, through a rough patch while you're trying to look for work, not for you to survive on indefinitely. The best solution may be to pay people only in a government currency, like housing and government food. You can do that. That's like the food stamps program, right? But the issue with the food stamps program is that you have the same fungibility of money problem, right? Like, let's say that you have X amount of actual money, and then you have to spend that on food and housing, right? And you're like, oh man, if only I had more money, I'd be able to spend this on something more reasonable that will get me into another job. And then someone gives you, okay, like food stamps or something, which can only be spent on food. Now you just have extra money, but that extra money can not necessarily be used to help you, right? Like, you can... This is the drug dealer, or sorry, the drug user problem, where it's like, rather than use the extra money that I get out of having food stamps on things that will help me, I will instead buy drugs. You know, like, it's very strange. The best thing for a drug addict is to never ever get money ever. They are better being, like, broke than they are with money, because if they have money, they'll spend it on drugs, and then just make their lives worse. Where do I go from here? Do I gotta go up? That's the core of the problem with UBI. Yeah. The issue is that these critiques will eventually butt heads with the fact that automation will remove all work at some point. And then what the fuck do we do? We're going up there, maybe? We turn to people in Wall-E? Yeah, maybe. What's your opinion on Sitch's free drugs prison camp? Where basically there's a prison camp that you can go into and you get free drugs and you just stay in there until you fucking die. I don't know. It keeps the druggies off the streets, but there's probably something immoral about it that I don't necessarily like. Like, surely we should be helping people not give in to their base urges, not just fucking doing it. Being like, yeah, go do it over here where I don't have to see you. You be able not to go my drive and passion? No, but your drive and passion can be traded away for other things, right? Like, Pierced Deity boots, nice. These boots were once worn by a hero from a world in which the moon threatened to fall. Wearing them provides godlike power. Awesome. Okay. So that's that one. The bedchamber of Akala's Red Crown Citadel. Okay. I think I know where that is. Where's the map? Like, wasn't this the old Akala fortress that had the tower in it? Having a welfare state system coexisting with a no welfare system where those on welfare need to sacrifice segments of their political power is something that I think could be worth considering. Well, yeah, the other option is like, you can just give people all the welfare they want, but take away from them the right to vote. I've heard that option a lot, where it's like only people who are net payers into the system should be able to vote. There's a shrine out here I haven't even gotten yet. Let's go get it right now. And like, the logic behind that system is like, why should you be able to just vote yourself more Gibbs? It's like, fair enough, right? But the downside to that, and I know like Louis Laval likes that system a lot. The downside to that system, though, is it's basically, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's like a homing, okay, yeah. The homing platforms. The downside to that system, though, is basically that if you have somebody who is part of the lower class that doesn't vote, but let's say is driven enough and skilled enough that they could, right? They could like start their own business and then become successful and then join the productive members of society and then become a voter. You actually have created a system now where, is that a horse? Yeah, it is. You've actually created a system now where people who don't vote are now incentivized to hold back the economic progress of, the people who do vote are incentivized to use their voting power to hold back the economic progress of those people who don't vote. So for example, if you're like a poor person who could start a business, or you could go to school, or you could become successful, your success also comes with it political power. And people in political power always try to maintain that power. So now you have a voting bloc that will use their ability to vote to pass even more draconian legislation that is even more incentivized to keep poor people down, because if the poor people become rich, they become voters. And if they become voters, the people who are in power lose part of their political power because now there's more voters, right? I'm not just describing lobbyists. I'm not just describing... That's the Citadel. Okay. I'm not just... Oh, there's also a stable here too. Okay. I'm not just describing lobbyists. This place was swimming with the Guardians? Yeah, it was. The South Akala stable. Let's get a point here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. Thanks.
Ah.
There's a reward, apparently.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh.
Receive reward. What do I get?
Yeah.
This guy's like a...
Oh.
There are pony points reward. You can change the look of your horse's mane. For more points, you get an additional horse. All right, thanks. So yeah. No, the issue ultimately... Oh, is this guy too? You have my support. Okay. How do I do this one? Something like this. Building a house. Don't worry about it. No, the issue ultimately is, with the stuff that I've been talking about, is that you create a political class of voters who can actually maintain their political power by preventing other people from gaining the vote. And they can do that by making it harder for them to get rich. So you know how like libertarians always say that like taxation is like an excessive drag on the system and it like incentivizes people to be poor and like small business owners just can't get ahead? That's all going to be true, even more so. Even more so if we're talking a system where you need to be a net payer to be a voter. You've actually made that problem, you've taken that problem and made it worse. That's no good. Which is why, even though I understand the sentiment behind that solution, I don't think it's a proper solution. I don't think it'll work. Oh shit. No, you fuck. Oh, God. I'm so mad. And stuff never, ever, ever, like, ever works out. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This should do it. Try that and go. Yeah, look at that. Look at this dev engineering, dude. Former civil service people, military service people under 25, if they want to vote. After 25, you can vote. You can just sign up for civil military service. I mean, maybe. Doobity babbity boo. Oh. So this is something that I'm still thinking about. I mean, I might just do like a video collecting my thoughts on it. I don't know if that'd be interesting though, because I don't think I'd have a solution. I wouldn't be able to like describe to you what I actually think, like what I think should be done. It'd just be me talking about the various alternatives and why I don't like them. Parents get 1 extra vote for each kid. That's Adam Friended's idea. That like kids should be franchised, but their parents should vote for them because, you know, it's we give parents like the responsibility to do other things as well. So like this like incentivizes people having children, and then those children become, once they become 18, they have their own. Shut up. Service guarantees citizenship. Yeah, I'll think about it, eh? Look at these guys. They're like, please help us, Mr. Moblin. Don't. Ooh. Hey, bitch. Get out of here. Goodbye. He's going, dude. The solution is to dissolve the ATF in the CIA. Jesus. Manifest destiny southward. You think so? Oh. Yeah, I recall this place being covered in Guardians. That is a Gleeok. Oh my god. I haven't killed one of those yet. I wonder if they're hard to kill. What if I just, like, muddle-butted the sleeping one? Make him kill all of his sleeping friends. Hey, you! Wake up! Do it. Kill your sleeping friends. Oh, are there no... I thought there's a guy over there. Maybe it's all just, like, piles of wood. Well, never mind. Yeah, it's just one guy. I thought it was actually like a camp. Kill your sleeping friends. Yeah, I don't have the same hatred towards federal agencies the way that you guys do. Probably because I'm not an American. Can I just, like... Where's my stealth kill? There it is. Did you notice in the sequel Star Wars, Finn had great premise but zero development? Yes. He didn't start shooting us from our friends because plot. Yeah, I know. To be honest, I have noticed something that, like, it tends to be the case that when people undergo massive changes like that, they tend to just, like, it does happen quickly. Like, there's a lot of build-up, a lot of, like, tension, and then, like, the moment they snap, they're, like, changed. You know, it doesn't happen the way that most people think it happens. Reasons is an article on pronatals and policies. They do not work justify the cost or at all. People don't want kids like they used to. Yeah, I've noticed that adherently to Columbia. So, I talked about this earlier on a different show, I think. Basically, it's not that people who want kids have started wanting less kids, right? So, if you were always going to want kids, you always wanted the same number. You know, people who have kids, like, people think that, like, oh, everyone's having less kids. That's not true. People who have kids still have the same number. If you come from a family that had 2 to 4 kids, you're likely to have 2 to 4 kids, if you have them. If you come from a family that had, like, 5 to 10 kids, you're also likely to have 5 to 10 kids. Just how it is. What's happening, though, is that a bunch of people are having 0 kids. And that's the difference. The zeros are weighing the average way down. If you cut out all the zeros and look at the numbers, people are still having more than enough kids. The zeros are just like a weird new cohort in the demographic. Oh. Oh, those are like the floor masters in this game, eh? The hands, the gloomy hands. Is it possible to kill them? Oh. going for the shrine first. Oh, they died. Did the shrine kill them? Dark clumps. I gotta pump those numbers up. Hey Dylan, what's up? Yeah, well, I've been just grinding out things in Breath of the Wild. Not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. So, here. Actually, Dylan, I'll tell you a TLDR here real quick. I was playing this game with my girlfriend, but she's having surgery complications right now. And so she can't play it. So I've just been, like, grinding. I've just been grinding until she can come back to the channel. The tower's just gone that was here. She'll heal up eventually. But, while doing so, I've just been grinding and talking about, like, whatever. And one thing that I was thinking, Dylan, that might be of interest to you is, like, I might do a video just considering alternate, what are we talking about? Talking about UBI type stuff, you know, benefits. And I mean like a practical sense, not a moral sense. Like when is it good to have stipulations on benefits? What does it do? And I'm thinking about it. If you were to actually say, like, okay, you can only have, you know, unemployment benefits if you, for example, one example is like you have to like work for the state. And like you go to like a government job center, so that at least like society gets something out of giving you benefits, right? That's one option. Another option is like, well, should you, you know, should you lose the right to vote if you get benefits? Like a lot of people on the right wing, they like that idea right now. They only like net taxpayers get to vote because they're the ones who actually like have a, yeah, like they have like a net shareholder kind of idea into the system. They pay into the system, so they have like a stake in what their money is used for. Meanwhile, people who don't pay into the system, they can literally just keep voting themselves other people's money. That seems like it's a problem. But, you know, it's one of those situations where, like, you can have these alternate ideas, but is the cure worse than the disease? And in my opinion, in most of the time, it is. Like, the right wing is correct. It is a problem if people who are poor can just vote themselves other people's money using the power of the government. That's a problem. But if you take away the right to vote from poor people, you might solve that problem, but you introduce a far worse problem. So I think there's like a practical discussion to be had here that I want to think about. And I've just been like mulling over ideas with the chat about it. Since like the gaming stream is not as popular as the political stream. I get 5,000, or I get 500 to 1,000 people in the political stream. I get 50 people here. So I can like have more intimate conversations with people when I'm like discussing ideas. A royal, oh, this is it's one of those tarnished ones, okay. Royal Guard Spear. Poor people, that's an oxymoron, right? Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bop. So I'm mulling it over because it's one of those things where there's some very good critiques of the current system, but the solutions are dog shit, you know? You hear about what happened when the climate activists met ChatGPT? No, I didn't. Dev, read what I said. Okay, what did you say? Let's see this autism from Avalon. Part of the conceit of centrists is the belief that there are people in front of you and they oppose each other, and that you should either unga-bunga a middle point or more intelligently try to negotiate out a settled conclusion. The problem is the assumption that both actors are operating in good faith, capable of being reasoned with, and not only interested in total victory and action to... Yeah, that's what I mean. That is actually true. Like, it is reasonable to assume that everyone wants to coexist and negotiate, and you have different ideas, and you can, like, find a reasonable middle ground. However, if some people have proven themselves to not want a reasonable middle ground, and they just want to destroy their opponents, then at some point it stops being reasonable to negotiate with them. Now, the problem is that, like, left-wingers will use that logic to describe their opponents. And so will right-wingers, right? Like, left-wingers will say, well, my opponents don't actually want. They're all Nazis. They don't actually want any kind of settlement, so we have to destroy them. And then right-wingers will say, we must destroy the left. Like, they do this. They both do it. They both make the assumption that the other group isn't interested in negotiation. Isn't there a way into this ruin? Like, isn't there something more here? I gotta look around a bit. In here, maybe? This isn't the Temple of Time. This is the Akala Citadel ruins. Yeah. There's a cave. I think Dylan vanished while I was talking. Rip. I wanted to get his opinion on some of this. Oh well, you know what? I'll probably talk to Dylan Burns again at some point. I like the cut of his jib. I think it's actually pretty impressive that he's heading off to, you know, regardless of how you feel about Dylan's politics, it is impressive when someone goes into a war zone and does like war reporting. You know, good for him. Whatever you say about a person, you can't say that he hasn't like stuck to it. Oh, he's back. Hi, Dylan. Welcome back. Hate the restricting voting idea. Removing the incentive to attract the votes of the poor could lead to the American political class just ignoring them. Exactly, right? Exactly. So here's the thing. Like, hold on. First of all, before we talk about that, you got the fierce deity armor. Legend has it this armor once belonged to the hero of a world in which the moon threatened to fall. Okay. I have one more piece of fierce deity armor to get, right? Where's the last one? Let's get on the road to the last one before I talk about this. One in the skull's left eye. Where is the skull's left eye? No, Dragonfat. Dylan Burns isn't going to fight in Ukraine. Dylan Burns, he went to Ukraine to do war reporting, and he's done a bunch of actually really interesting videos of just the situation on the ground, like how the troops are dealing with things. Oh, there's a bubble frog. You little shit. Come here. Listen, you gotta exterminate this local wildlife. Link is a cutie. I know, like, the creators of the game have said that Link isn't gay or trans or, like, even, you know, interested in cross-dressing. He just does it because he has to for the adventure. But also that Link is a strange guy. Like, he's a weirdo. He's definitely, like, effeminate, and he's very, like, nonplussed about anything. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm just with a girl now, okay. Like, he doesn't really care. Skull Lake in the northeast of the map. Okay. I'll check it out. Oh, it's raining now up here. Skull Lake. Oh, here. Okay, do I have a warp point there? I have a warp point pretty close. In Deep Akala? No, I'll go to this one. Link is an elf, yeah. Okay, so. Link is basically Saitama. Kind of, yeah. He's like, I'm really strong and I don't care. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, Onuma said back in Ocarina of Time, he said that he wanted Link to be androgynous. And you couldn't really do it on the N64, but he always wanted Link to be androgynous. I mean, like, Link's a bit more masculine in Twilight Princess, he's a bit more feminine in Skyward Sword, but he always wanted, like, an androgynous hero, because he wanted, like, gender to not really be a part of his character. Like, he's not explicitly masculine or feminine, he just is. And that's always been the idea of Link. And I'm fine with that, you know, like, I definitely grew up in, like, the 90s anime era of androgyny. I was totally cool with that growing up. Which is why I find it really weird that people complain about it now. It's like, dude, we've been like this for 30 years. Don't worry about it. I need to approach it up high? Okay. Is there an island up here I can go to? I mean, there is that island, but it's really hard to get to. And I can build a flying machine if I need to. Okay. Here's the politics I was talking about. Yeah, Dylan said I hate the restricting voting idea. Me too, to be honest. But there is, like, a logic to it, I guess. Oh, you little shits. Okay. So basically, when right-wingers talk about restricting voting from the poor, they're pointing out a very real phenomenon. And that is as the lower class increases, they can use their political power to vote themselves the property of the classes that are more productive. And now you might say, from like a socialist perspective, LOL, they're just the bourgeois. Who cares? They didn't earn their money. And like for some like really rich business people, that's probably true, to some extent. But there's definitely a case where like you have somebody who works hard and did earn a lot of money, and now they're going to lose a bunch of their productivity because the state's going to come take it from them because a bunch of poor people decided to vote themselves the owners of other people's stuff. I'm going to grab that shrine worm here, actually. That's a problem, right? Like, why is it the case that 100 people can come and vote themselves the owners of my property? Makes no sense, right? They didn't earn that. They didn't work. I did. So there's definitely an issue where you can you can see like the middle class being under attack from the lower class if you allow the government to seize property and redistribute it to the lower class, because the upper class doesn't care. They have so much money, they don't give a shit. You want to tax them? Okay, you tax them. They have so much, and it's overseas too. They don't care. But like, hold on, I'm gonna blow up. Just wait. What do I have that is electricity? That's fine. Put on one of these. Okay, no, I'm good now. I'm good. Okay. Do I have to go up there again? Like this was the rock climbing challenge in the first game, right? Do I have to go up there again? Okay, I'll go up there again. There should be falling platforms around to rewind. Do I just need to wait until the fucking... Okay. I'll just wait. I'll just wait until the rain runs out. I don't see anything to rewind. Okay. So yeah, I guess the point that I'm getting at is like, you do have a serious problem where the upper class, or sorry, the lower class can use its voting power to abuse the middle class by taking from them their wealth. And that's no good. And so maybe one of the solutions, at least, so I know some right-wingers have said the solution is take away the vote until you're a net payer into the system. So if you pay in more taxes to the system than benefits that you withdraw from it, then you get political enfranchisement. Because that solves the problem of the poor voting themselves the owner to be the owners of other people's stuff. Okay, fair enough. That does solve that problem. But now you have a second problem. And there's a big problem with it. And here's the problem that you have. Let's say that you're a poor person, but you're also like very capable, right? You have like a high IQ. You have the ability to go to school or start a business or something. Like you could, through legitimately bootstrapping yourself up, become a member of the productive class. Well, because the rich can use their political power to keep you down, they're going to do that, right? Because if you have, say, X number of voters, and then you have X number of voters plus one, every voter has now had their political power slightly diminished because there's now more voters, right? I hate the rain in this game because you just can't climb worth shit. So basically, you've created a system where the rich are incentivized to pass policies using their political power to can we do this on a state level instead of an individual level so the Democrats get a supermajority? So here's the thing. Yeah, I got to get the frog gear. I'm just gonna wait for the rain to be done before I do any more of this. This is kind of nonsense. Okay. So here's the idea, right? Let's say that I'll get some water before I go on this rant. Here. Oh, okay. Let's say that you're poor and you're capable, high IQ, high conscientiousness. You could work yourself into the middle class or the upper class by your own bootstraps, but you're poor. Because you getting richer will lead to you gaining political power, meaning that there's more voters in the system, meaning that all the current voters will have their votes will have less impact. They're actually incentivized to use their political power to make sure that you don't get rich, even more so than they are now. So you create a system if you take away the right to vote from poor people, you create a system where poor people who could legitimately become rich, and we want them to do that because if they're getting rich, that means that they've built something that's useful to us, or they've built an institution, or a business, or something. They've done something that we want them to do. They've contributed to society. You make it so that they're less likely to contribute because there's no upward mobility. And I know Kraut did a great video where part of the video was describing the downfall of Venice. Why is it that Venice was eventually it was like the center of commerce, and then it became, just a puppet of other states. And part of it is that the creative destruction that neoliberals like so much was suppressed by the ruling class of Venice because they feared losing their status to. Oh, there's a rock over there. They feared losing their status to up and coming like new families or new people with the ability to be innovative. And so they used their political power to repress the next wave of people who were coming up. And that led to basically the destruction of the society. So you can't use political power, unless you want to destroy yourself, you can't use political power to stop poor people from becoming rich through their own merits. And that is a necessary byproduct of restricting the vote to people who only pay into the system. So I'm not going to sit here and say that right-wingers are evil, they want to take away people's votes, they're anti-democratic. I watched Sock Done Left on Adam and Sitch, and he made that argument. And it's that's just a moral argument. It's not it's not an argument from actual, talking about actual policy. It's just moral grandstanding. I don't really care about that. I don't care about moral grandstanding, But there is an actual policy reason as to why you wouldn't want to do this. I don't know. I'm at the point now where I just don't care about moral arguments anymore. People are. I know, Jangles, for example, got mad at me. Hold on. Oh shit! I need to put on my my diving gear, or else I'm fucked. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, Jangles got mad at me at one point because I said something about. I forget what it was. But basically, it was one of those instances where the fascists were correct about something. In terms of the actual reality, they actually were correct. Where are we? Okay. And Jangles was soying out about her on Twitter. Because he was like, how dare you say something that the fascists said, or you use something that the fascists used? And it's well, they're right though. There's just an idea that I don't like. That you can't talk about reality just because somebody that you don't like said it. Do you know what I mean? It's a dumb way of looking at things. This one. I know there's the drill, or is it Wint? Yeah, the Twitter account guy, the goofy Twitter account. He says you do not have to hand it to ISIS or whoever it was. I get the point of that, but if we're talking about real policy, or morality or something, you do have to give the devil his due at some point. If the fascists were right about something, you do have to say that. You can't just be no. You can't just soy out and be no. It's no. We can be more we can be more sophisticated than that, Oh, Jesus Christ, there's so many of these guys down here. Okay. Fine. Skellies, yeah. Rusted broadsword. Have I watched the documentary that you sent me on the Spanish Civil War? Not yet, but I am going to soon. I am going to soon. Because one of my next big videos is going to be about something like that. Anyway. Again, I don't know if Dylan's still here, but that was me trying to muddle through one of the possible examples. See, this is why I write scripts. I don't do like live stream debates. I can't live stream worth shit, right? I take 20 minutes to describe like a 5-minute idea. I'm not good at this shit. But I can write down the ideas and be pretty okay with them. Do a podcast with Dylan Ree. It's funny because, like, I know... Oh, there's a big one. I know, like, Arch wants to do a podcast at some point. Get up! Get up, you fuck! That's a Stalnox. Why is there a Stalnox above land? Okay, come here. I think I can do this. You just have to, like, run and then get him in the eye when he's grabbing his rib bone to throw at you. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I got him. I got him. Just his eyeball now. Stop bouncing away. I'm gonna hit him with a hard one. Just die. Just fucking die. Did I get him? Knight's Claymore, Knight's Halberd, Knight's Broadsword. Full knight equipment. This place is paying out. Huh? Can I not? Oh. Yeah, man. Am I full up on weapons? Yes. A bunch of these shitty weapons now. Full up on these. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. I think Arch and I are going to fundamentally disagree on that topic. Arch believes that fascism is inherently atheistic. And I don't agree with him. Because the neo-fascists could definitely be religious. It's like I said with Arch, that's the whole point of the Romanian Iron Guard was that they were both fascist and religious. And that neo-fascists, like, classical fascists can't be religious. Classical fascists have to be atheistic because they have, like, a civil religion in the form of state worship. But neo-fascists, they played a lot more fast and loose with the rules. There was no problem with neo-fascists being religious. The Cristeros and the Syndicalists in Mexico, they were clerical fascists? Yeah. Like, clerical fascism was definitely a thing. And I mean, like, today's, you know, Nick Fuentes-style Christian nationalism is definitely the same type of thing. Get out. Synarchist? Okay. Actually, DM me those two things there. Those two examples, Dragon Fat. I'll make sure to do it. Hey, Coffee Powered, what's up? Rock salt. Polish phalangism is also more religiously inclined. I know, like, phalangists tend to be atheists, though. And it was only under Franco that they brought in the religious part. And also, like, the Fierce Deity mask. Excellent. We have the full set. Dude, look at that. The full set of Fierce Deity armor. Wait, doesn't it do the exact same thing as the Barbarian armor? Okay. And now we should return with our adventure log to... What's the deal with this blue wall here? Can I blow it up? I can. Where is it? It's you. I hate these fucking things. Can I, actually, before I warp out of here, I want to ascend somewhere. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. Okay, I'll just warp. Oh! see, this is how I know that I jibber-jab too much. Way too much. Because I think Dylan pieced again while I was explaining my point again. This is the thing. I don't think I'm, like, I like streaming. I enjoy it. But I'm not very good at it. I do it not because I think I'm going to get big. I do it because I like doing it. My strength is clearly in my scripted work, and it shows. All these dumb chests. The door now opens. Your streams aren't bad. They're one of the streams of all time. I agree with you. Thanks, pals. Are you ever going to do Link to the Past of the MSU mod? I already did. I did that like 2 or 3 months ago. It's on the channel for sure. You have done well to solve my riddles and reach this place. The Fierce Deity Sword is yours to take. So this thing doesn't have infinite durability. So how do you get another one if I lose it? Always enjoy a good Xaver pre-stream. Fuck you. Oh, shit. Should I dump out one of these shitty weapons? Yeah, of course I will. The Fierce Deity Sword. Yep, that is the Majora's Mask sword, dude. Look at it. I always liked the design of this sword. It reminds me of, like, Soul Calibur. You can buy them for pose at the bargainer. Okay. So, will these guys be pissed? That I managed to complete the whole set? Hey, you cucks.
Ah.
The guy's back. He's wearing all the armor.
Huh?
What is it? Tell me. I don't think so.
Ah.
Dude, I completed the quest.
Huh?
No need.
Ah.
I'm literally wearing the treasure. Alright. I think the Fierce Deity Sword is in fact an unlockable weapon in Soul Calibur 2, yeah. America's always had like an isolationist bent to it though, Avalon. It's always been like, why should we care? We're on the other side of the planet. It's like, yeah, fair enough, right? You have whole oceans away. You know what? Let's save it. Octorocks can't repair this stuff. I see. So these two are both blue. Shoe on head is ironically evil. Fuck. You know what? I think I'm going to take out 2 more blue Lionels. The red Lionels honestly seem like not worth it anymore. Now that I can kill them so quickly and I have such good equipment. I haven't killed a black and white Lionel yet, but the blue Lionel should be okay to easily farm. Dev is unironically Dev. Thanks. I don't actually think Shoe on Head's evil. That's just a meme. Okay, so what do I need for this? My armor. I need a Lionel bow. Whatever shield is good. And I'll pick out my Lionel killer. Okay. And now I need attack up. Defense up, defense up, defense up, attack, 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 attack. I want a bigger boost than this. Are there any like super boosts? Not really. Okay. That's a pretty good boost, but I don't think I need that. There we go. I have not yet unlocked a Great Fairy. I'm waiting for Naomi for that. Don't mind me. Dude, he's like so damaged already. Hey, do you mind taking some damage? Stun, please. What the fuck? So for some reason I missed like 5 headshots, which doesn't usually happen. Wait, where am I? Why would you start me here? Okay, I'm just reloading the save because Jesus. Can you just get fucking good? Am I looking? Maybe I'm looking thinner. I haven't been working out. Yeah, I have not been working out. I've just been eating less. I don't know. There we go. That's all I needed. Why did it break? Okay, can I? It's not supposed to take. Oh, probably because I did 1 damage against the ground after. Yeah. Okay. Ah. I only hit him twice this time. Okay. 1, 2. Put it away. Done. Easy peasy. Yeah, I wish they drop better weapons. But oh well. That one over there, right? Where be the hot ladies, Ev? I only see wilderness and a horseman. I think it's actually time for me to be done. I've been streaming now for almost 7 hours. It's been a long stream. You'll be able to find a girlfriend, Blonde. Don't worry about it. Everyone thinks they can't. Oh, by the way, for those of you who weren't here earlier, I want you to see what I got last stream.
Yeah. No.
Let's take out a horse. We'll take out the horse named Vosh. Do you notice how his like the actual portrait of the horse is much bigger for Vosh?
Oh.
There were hot ladies in this game, but I'm not near any of them right now.
Hmm?
We don't have any other saddles or bridles big enough for a horse that size. Okay. Check it out. Where is it? This is like a fucking giant horse. It's like 20 feet tall. I found like the hugest horse in the game. So of course, because it is an oversized giant horse, way larger than humans can normally ride in real life. There are furries on Twitter working on art of this horse already. I'm not surprised. Huge horse, dude. Wait, the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is being remade by a 10-cent shovelware company? Oh no. Oh no, dude. Okay. Blue Lionel time. fucking guy interfering in my fight? Yep. Getting Lionel equipment's going to be no big deal now. Do I have any bows I want to drop? Obviously, this piece of shit. Do I have any shields I want to drop? Not really. All my shields are pretty good. I have not yet fought a Gleeok, no. So yeah, I think I'm like set on good equipment now. I just gotta start taking out, I guess, tougher Lionels, I guess, or something. I'm dating again, and one of the problems is don't tell everyone all your trauma at once. I've noticed everyone likes to tell everything about this one's right off. Trauma dump. The thing, trauma dumping is like a good manipulative tactic. You know, if you want to make a girl trust you right away, trauma dump, because it makes you feel like you're opening up and you're like she's special and you're and you know. Like it's a great way to force an emotional connection that isn't really there yet. I think that's why people trauma dump. Either they don't know, or they think it will actually get them in someone's pants quicker. Uh-oh, my stuff. And my shield too. $17, $12, $10. Need more Korok seeds. I should start. I gotta do like just like a stream where I do only Korok stuff because Jesus. I'll buy them all. Makes sense it doesn't work on me. If you've been friends for a while, it's okay. But a dude I barely know starts telling me about his uncle touching him and shit, fuck off. Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's reasonable to talk about traumas after you've known someone for a little bit. Not on the first fucking date. Alright. We've done a lot today, but it's time for me to skedaddle. Thanks for being here with me, everyone. We'll go raid Xaver or something. Have a good one. Good night.